Hi there. Today I'm going to ask you a question. 50 flaws or 50 strengths? What is it going to be? If I gave you a piece of paper and asked you to write down 20 things that are wrong with you or 20 weaknesses that you have, you are going to be pretty quick and write down. You'll smile and say, yeah, there it goes, my list, very quickly, right? But what if I asked you to write down 50 strengths? Whoa, you're going to take a back seat and say, what? Okay, 20, even that's a struggle. Would that be as easy? Recently, during one of my inner CEO sessions, I asked a group of highly accomplished women to write down 50 strengths they possessed. The room went silent. These were women who are quite successful leaders, professionals, mothers, business owners, women who have achieved a lot in their lives. And yet, many of them struggle to write down even 10 strengths. Why? Not because they didn't have strengths, but because they had forgotten how to see them. They hadn't really paused and looked at themselves and asked, what are my strengths? I think that is one of the greatest tragedies of modern life. As women, we spend our lives playing so many roles. We are daughters, we are sisters, we are wives, we are mothers, we are managers, and we are leaders, we are caregivers. We become so focused on taking care of everyone else that somewhere along the journey we stop paying attention to our own selves. Isn't that right? And over time, something dangerous happens. We become experts at spotting our flaws. We become experts at criticizing ourselves. We become experts at noticing where where we are falling short and we are failing. But we lose the fact that we can acknowledge our strengths. Many women feel very uncomfortable when they are given a compliment. Someone says, you did a great job. And immediately she'll respond, oh, it was nothing. It was a team effort. Oh, I think I got lucky. Imagine if someone handed you a beautiful gift and you kept refusing to accept it. That's what many of us do with our strengths every single day. This is the truth, hard truth. Your strengths are not ego. Your strengths are evidence. They are evidence of your resilience, evidence of your courage, evidence of your wisdom, your capability, your leadership, evidence of everything you have achieved and overcome in life. And if you don't acknowledge your strengths, how can you leverage them? How can you use them to create impact? How can you build confidence? How can you step into bigger opportunities? One of the biggest reasons women hold themselves back is not because they lack capability. It is because they underestimate their capability all the time. They do not fully recognize the value they already possess. And this is why self-recognition is so important. When you recognize your strengths, your confidence grows. When your confidence grows, your visibility grows. When your visibility grows, your influence grows. And when your influence grows, your impact grows. Everything starts with recognizing who you already are. I often say that most important relationship you will ever have is not with your manager, not with your spouse, not with your children, not even with your closest friends or parents. The most important relationship you will ever have is the relationship you have with your own self. Because every other relationship is filtered through that one. If you constantly criticize yourself, you will doubt yourself. If you constantly diminish yourself, you will hold yourself back. And if you constantly focus on your weaknesses, you will forget your gifts and feel low self-esteem. So today, I want to give you a simple but powerful exercise. Take out a notebook and write down 50 strengths you possess. Not 5, not 10, 50. That's a promise you got to make to me. At first, it will feel difficult. You may think, I don't have 50 strengths. Keep going, take it as a challenge. Write down every quality you can think of. Be kind, resilient, compassionate, patient, determined, great cook, creative, great writer, author, strong. Keep writing. Something magical will happen around the number 30. You start seeing yourself differently. You start looking at the qualities that you have taken for granted. You start realizing that how much strength you already have within you. And when you finish, I want you to look at that list. Read it slowly and ask yourself, Why have I spent so much time focusing on what is missing when there is already so much that is powerful within me? The inner CEO journey is not about becoming someone else. It is about recognizing who you already are. It is about acknowledging your strengths, owning your gifts, valuing your voice, and stepping forward with power, presence, and purpose. One of my mentors actually told me when I was saying, "Oh my God, I have so much to do, and I don't know how to cope with that. I keep wanting to do more and more." And he said, "Look at how much you have already done. What is extraordinary about me that I have not yet fully acknowledged?" Ask yourself. Because the moment you begin to answer that question, your inner CEO begins to emerge. So thank you for listening to me. Before you leave, I have a challenge for you. Write down 50 strengths and share in the comment how many you were able to write. Was it easy? Was it difficult? I would love to hear your experience. And if this message resonated with you, if there was a aha moment somewhere in that list, then do share with me. And DM me if you would like to know more about the Inner CEO Launchpad program. Take care.